Okay, so why can't we just get rid of hell? Why did the idea of hell first come up anyway? I mean, it came through in translations, I believe, but I'm not going to go into that here. I'm going to be more philosophical here. The hell doctrine is an answer to the problem of evil. You know, why is there evil? If God is all powerful, either God, if evil exists, I've got to try and remember this now. There's a trilemma. For suffering to exist, God must either be all powerful and allow it to happen, which means he doesn't love us, or he's not powerful enough to stop it from happening, he's impotent, or he don't exist. So they had to kind of give an answer to this. And their answer was the hell doctrine. Now then, there was other answers actually. The apotheosis answer makes the most sense to my mind. So, the purpose, suffering exists because it has a purpose. There is this kind of God, and he's made man with a purpose. There is an end to which man is going. And this end, it isn't just to have all humankind sat around the white throne, bowing and making genuflections and singing nursery rhymes. It's to make man into God, apotheosis. There's a quote from, I can't remember what saint it was, but he says that God became man so that man might become God. The deification of reality. And it's beautiful, that idea. It is really, really beautiful. But the Christian church just took the other path. It took the path of hell. And it gave hell as the answer to it, which doesn't really answer the question. You've got, as I said, it just brings in inconsistencies that don't need to be there. And also it has suffering and evil existing forever and ever and ever. And it contradicts the most blatant statements of the Bible. Jesus Christ died for all men, you know. So, for all, it says. So, either he did die for all or he didn't. And if some people are going to go to hell, that's contradicted. The Bible is inconsistent. But so why did the church go down the path it did? I believe, so I've shown how it's inconsistent now. I've shown how the idea itself, without reference to its effects or psychological reasons for people believing it, is inconsistent. It makes no sense. The suffering, the apotheosis answer to the question of suffering makes sense. Like, I like to juggle. And in order to get good at juggling, I have to practice. And sometimes when I start off a new trick, the practice is tedious, it's boring, it's irksome. So in order to do that, I set a clock timer down for about 20-30 minutes, and I will just do it for that time when the clock buzzes stop. And I have to do that because for that moment I don't enjoy it. But it bears fruit, it makes me better at juggling. So what the function of suffering is to make us grow, to get beyond our suffering. It's a bit like it pushes us into a place of power. Suffering can do, not all the time, and not for everybody, but it can do. This is the whole theme of Westworld, by the way. An awesome TV series. I would heavily recommend it. And so we suffer now, and suffering's having its function as a kind of training, and that's what it's doing. It can make us disidentify from outward appearances. So you have these emotions coming up, and if you're clever, what you'll do when suffering occurs again and again and again, you'll try different ways to remedy it. And that's the process. It's a feedback loop between you and the suffering. And my answer to the suffering, what it pushed me towards, was realising that I'm the kind of space within which all these phenomena occur. And I really got that when I got into meditation. I meditated on a migraine once, and that's when it clicked that I could just watch this thing and not own it. It wasn't my pain, it was just stuff happening. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And you go in and out of that. Anyway, I will go on to the sociological and psychological reasons for why the Hal doctrine is perpetuated and so popular. Goodbye.